Your 401k is not enough for you to retire happy. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the average 401k balance at the various ages, and I'm going to share with you so that you can see with your own eyes that it is not enough to retire on. So before we move on, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. That way you are notified each time we come up with a great video here on how to teach you to retire happy. So let's jump into it. So what I've put together here, and I'm going to share with you very real numbers on the average 401k balance and what it will look like when you go to retire. So if you only have a 401k, it will not be enough to retire. It simply will not. That's why I want to share with you these numbers. So when I say take control of your retirement, what I'm talking about is you need to know this information now while you still have plenty of time before you retire. See, the mistake that many people make is when they get within that 5 to 10 year window of retiring, they start taking it a little more serious. But the number one mistake that many people make is you lose the most valuable asset that you have, and that is time. This is why it's so important today, wherever you're at, whatever age you're at, to get plugged into us, retirehappyguy.com, so you can learn how to maximize your 401k, how to maximize your other retirement accounts, so you can position yourself to retire happy. So let me share this with you. Okay, so what you see here on my screen is the average 401k balance by age. So let's go ahead and check this out. And this is as of December 2022. So this information is fairly fresh. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Every year, 401k holders at Fidelity Investments hit millionaire status. Not one of them. So you're not alone. See that? You're not alone. A 7-figure 401k balance is the exception, not the rule. Not the rule. This is very important to know. So the average 401k balance at Fidelity is $97,000 in the third quarter of 2022, the most recent data available. The balance is down 23% from a year ago, but that is mostly attributed to market swings and inflation, especially this past year. All right. Now, if that balance seems too high, consider the averages tend to be skewed by outliers. All right. And this is the case. That number is being propped up by those rare millionaires, those people that have 7 figures within their 401k. It's being propped up. The median, which represents the middle bounce between the highs and the lows, is 20,000. I need you to see this, 20,000 in the third quarter of 2022. That is not enough to retire on. So let me go ahead and scroll down here, and I want to share by age. The average balance by age. Take a look at this. You need to see this here. All right. And I'm going to focus here mostly when we're getting set to retire. Average age 55 to 64 is 189,000. 65 plus 203,000. That's the average balance. Now, let's go to the median, which is less. That's not taking into consideration the outliers or the highs and lows. This is the median. Okay. 50 to 65, 56,000. 65 plus is 55,300. This is the problem with the 401k. So why are the balances so low? Well, the balances are so low because people start late, but they don't contribute enough. If you just take that rule of thumb that a lot of people hear about, contribute 10%, that is simply not enough. You need to be contributing more like 15, 20%. Now, for some of you, that you may hit a threshold where you're going to be hitting the max contribution limits, all right? But definitely contribute as much as you possibly can into your 401k. You'll be much happier. But let's go ahead and take a look at that. What does that look like? Now that you know this information, how much does 200,000 last in retirement or 55,000? And this is the problem why people are not retiring financially happy today. You need to take control, and there are other things that you need to do, like maybe have a Roth IRA that you are maxing out every year, or what we call a tax-free retirement account, also known as an index universal life or cash value life insurance, right? Because that puts you in control. You're not limited by the contribution limits, and you have much more flexibility. And I've got another video on that, so check that, and I'll put that link in the description here below. But let's talk about the 401k for a moment here. Now, here's what I want to share with you. Let's go to a retirement calculator, all right? Now, when we take a look at this retirement calculator, how much can you withdraw after retirement, age 65? Now, I'm going to use this $209,000, all right? We're not going to contribute any longer because we're retired. So we're going to fast forward to age 65, life expectancy. We're going to put it at the default 85. Average return 6%. We'll put 3% for inflation. That is low. Okay, so let's go ahead and calculate that. Here's what you're looking at. How much can you withdraw after retirement? Well, that $209,000 will allow you between age 65 and 85 to take out about $1,485. Now, let me ask you this. Is that enough to retire on? Now, many of you will get Social Security as well. So let's say you get an extra $2,500 from Social Security if you've been paying in and if you've been making decent money. So now you're what? You're about $4,000 a month in retirement. That is not enough to retire financially happy. This is why I'm sharing this with you. This is why it's so important that not only you take control, but you start contributing as much as you possibly can wherever you're at and pay yourself first. All right, so there's one other thing that I want to share with you. How does that look like with some other contributions, maybe a Roth IRA that you have? Well, let me go ahead and pull up this software program here. And what I want to share with you is this. Now, we have Jane Doe. Jane Doe has a 401k, and in her 401k, let me go here. She is contributing 10% a year. She's currently 43, and when she goes to retire, look at this. In her 401k, when she goes to retire at age 65, she's going to have a balance of $538,000. Now, I just shared with you the average and the median. This is well above the average, well above. And I want you to see this. This is so important. Now, let's take a look here. So let's come back here. How long will that 401k last? Well, let me turn this number on right here. So here's what you're looking at. And this is what I call a retirement snapshot. This is one of the things that we do for all of our clients here that will allow you to see what your retirement is going to look like based on your 401k, your Roth IRA, your 403b, and any other retirement savings account that you may have. So the green that you see down here, this is Jane's Social Security, all right? So with Social Security, she's going to get approximately $1,700 a month after taxes. Her 401k, because she has a need. She needs to be able to make $8,444 based on her current lifestyle. That's how much she needs to survive in order to pay her mortgage, her car payment, her daily expenses like groceries, utilities, right? Oh, and she wants to have a little fun. I'm going to share with you how all this works. Now, so you can see here that taking out in her 401k $5,500 a month, she's running out of money simply in about, 7 years. And we see this all day long. Typically, most 401ks are running out of money between 6 to 8 years, depending on how much you have and depending on your monthly budget. So you have that. What is this other foundation that she has, a retirement savings? This is her Roth IRA. She's contributing $500 a month in her Roth IRA. So she's taking out approximately $1,100 a month from her Roth IRA, okay? Now, this red that you see here, this is what we call a gap or a shortfall in your retirement. This is why this is so powerful, so you can see what it looks like today, so you can take control and take action on putting some things into place to minimize that shortfall. If you don't know what your shortfall is, you're going to have a big unpleasant surprise when you go to retire. So Jane is going to have a shortfall in 2052 at age 72. Her shortfall is going to be about $7,400 a month. That is the worst time to have a shortfall, is in the latter years, because what happens is as we age, you're less likely to take on a little side hustle job to fill that gap, right? This is where we start to experience some health issues, where we have aches, we have pains, we're not sleeping well, right? And the whole purpose is to position yourself to retire happy. Well, thank you for letting me share this with you so that now you know your 401k simply is not enough to allow you to retire financially happy. If you would like a retirement snapshot, just like what I showed here, for you, so you will know what your retirement will look like when you go to retire, there's a link in the description here where you can schedule an appointment with one of my Retire Happy guides, and we're going to do a complimentary retirement snapshot. That way you can make an informed and intelligent decision about your retirement and take action, but more importantly, putting you in control. So before you leave, go ahead, hit that like and that subscribe button so you're notified every time we come out with a video, and retire happy. Have an awesome day.